Okay, so what's happening this week? Well, I'm having my beard shaved. Well, not all of it. I'm going to take the sides off and go back to a goatee because it's doing me head in. Can't be arsed with it anymore. However, also, obviously last week's addict video got quite a few different reactions. Now, one comment that came up was that supporting this guy was beyond my capabilities. And that's correct, it is. Or should I say fixing this guy. I'm not intending in any way, shape or form to claim I can help him with his deep psychological issues at all. What I'm going to do is put him in touch with people that I know can support him. Unfortunately, mental health support within National Health is not the greatest. Budgets and other time constraints mean that waiting lists are very long. But I do have a few people that work in that field that are friends of mine that specialise in sports psychology. So they'll understand the drives and natures behind some of his desires. So I'm going to try and put a team together of professionals that can offer him the support he requires. My role in all this will be that of a, I suppose, mentor or a peer, in that basically someone to talk to, someone that understands where he's coming from, and someone that kicks his ass and makes sure he goes to appointments and attends Skype interviews and everything else that we set up. So that's it. So for those that were concerned that it was going to be me that's fixing him, so to speak, no, not the case. I will put a team of professionals around him the best I can. I'll support him the best I can. But I don't claim to be a psychologist in any shape or form. So my support and help is literally that, support. Just being there on the end of the phone when things get rough. And giving him a boot up the arse when he requires one. A few other comments came out in that, which was a bit, it was only one particular one really, but it was mentioned that I didn't seem to understand studies, which I found rather strange. So what I thought was, you know what, I'll do a video on studies, their relevance and how they can be biased depending on who's paying for them, and how just because it's study doesn't mean it's scientifically sound, and lack of controls and various aspects that mean that studies to a degree have to be taken with a pinch of salt. So that's going to be coming this week. And to be honest, there's not going to be much more. And the reason being, because I've got a fucking decking to build. And I promised my daughter I'd take her out for a couple of days. So she's been on summer holidays. I've been working every hour God sends. And so I'm going to spend a bit of quality time this week. So I'm sorry, guys. You're going to have a lack of videos. And I haven't really got much else to talk about at the moment either. So I'll get that video up. And if anything else springs to mind, I might surprise you during the week. But that's where we stand at the moment. So I just want to reiterate that I am not trying to be a one-man army and fix my steroid addict friend. But I am going to offer him support, and I am going to put him in touch with professionals that can help him. And I'm going to try and build a team that can help get him through his problems. There were a few criticisms, but in the general, most people were actually quite understanding and quite supportive. And I was quite surprised how many people related to his issues, maybe not to the same degrees and dosages, but admitted that they had possibly an unhealthy relationship with their steroid use. So I think that if that video has made people question or revisit their approach to drug use, then it's done its job. Doesn't mean it has to change, just means that, if you take a look at what you're doing and just double check that your relationship is one that you're in control of. Right, on that I'm going to go. So take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.